I think I was a little ambitious, meal prep. And my hubby is out mowing and hopefully doesn't need me. He's run out of gas and got stuck in the ditch. We've had so much rain. He has to mow. But anyway, so hopefully he's fine for at least a little bit before he needs me again. So I do think I have too much food that I have meal prepped. And my daughter, I don't know if she's going to eat much food that I make this week. Like last night I made dinner and she had soup. So I'm not sure exactly. I may be, I bought some chicken breasts Saturday. I may throw those in the freezer and eat the meals that I pulled out of the freezer. And I think I've just got too much food. I may have to share with my friend or something. So you remember I made the, well, please don't remember, that video was atrocious. I still have my banana pudding. This was really good. I ate the third one already. One of my favorites, fabulous, high protein, in such a small amount, so it's perfect addition to something. My chocolate puddings are thicker, but they're not quite as thick as I want. So I've thought a couple of ideas. I thought of a few ways to use it with my quinoa, with oats. A few ways, that would be 2 ways. It's thicker, it's just not super thick, and this would definitely add protein to whatever I needed it to go to. So I cooked up quinoa. I didn't measure, which I'm guessing maybe I should have measured, because I just had a little bit left, and so I was like, I'll just cook it up, because you don't have to measure technically to make it. You just use your finger to measure. Anyway, so I have this container that has cooked quinoa, which may end up being frozen because I have so much. I have more than this. I smushed it all down to fit in here. So I've got 2 ready for my breakfast this week. Now my husband is in the backyard, so hopefully it's not too loud. So I measured a cup in each of these containers, kind of fluffed it up, and then I will heat these up in the morning, and then I'm going to mix some most likely protein powder or my chocolate egg white pudding that didn't quite set, and then I cut up some berries. Whoops. I've got blackberries and strawberries. This is what has been on sale in my town lately. Oh, come on. Anyway, so I cut up some strawberries and blackberries to sprinkle on these. Just in the backyard. And then I did a double batch, which I probably shouldn't have, of my deviled egg dip. And I had used some of my blended cottage cheese for something else. My store was out of the big giant tub, which is my preferred size, because I can just blend it all up at once and put it in the fridge and just scoop from there. So I blended both of these containers, which isn't that much more difficult. It's just, I don't know, I prefer just to do one and put it in the fridge. I had used enough cottage cheese that when I made the deviled egg dip and I doubled it, I just put it back in here. So I've got this, but I went ahead and prepped. I forgot to prep my vegetables. A cup in each of these, and then topped it with the smoked paprika, and then I will eat these with, and I've got cucumbers and tomatoes, and if you are a normal person, you could definitely do celery, carrots, bell peppers, sugar snap peas. I don't like any of those raw, but those would be great options for this. And I've got some baked pork rinds from the Epic company I found at my Berkshire's on sale that I can eat with these. And then I've got another thing of cottage cheese that I blended up that's just plain. And then I did some more of my cherry berry chia jam. There we go. So I want to talk real quick about meal prep and how sometimes it can feel like it takes all day, and how there might be ways to make it easier. So Saturday morning, we're up. Hubby has to do some paperwork before we leave because we had to go do taxes, which was atrocious. And so I took my big skillet out and threw some of the frozen berries, cherries in there, that water, got that going. I got the eggs boiling, and I had my groceries delivered that morning, and so then I blended up my cottage cheese. And then I made, I didn't make the deviled egg dip until I got back. I let the chia's chia jam cool off before I came back, and I added the non-fat Greek yogurt mixed with vanilla protein powder on top of these. And my friend and I are not the same on this. I do 4 scoops of vanilla protein powder per 5 servings of non-fat Greek yogurt. And how I came to that number is in the container of non-fat Greek yogurt, which this is not, it says 5 servings. And so I will dump the container out, scoop 4 servings in of protein powder, and mix it until all the lumps and the graininess and all of that is gone, and then I'll put it back into the container. She thinks that 4 scoops is a little too sweet for her, so she uses less. So do it however your taste buds want it to be, or how they like it. And this is where I think that maybe I might have too many meals. So I was in a hurry. My husband was not feeling great when we were out shopping, and we were at one of our local grocery stores, and I was going to get some ground turkey, and I grabbed some. I grabbed 99% lean. Like, I was not intending, I didn't need it to be quite so lean, and so when I was cooking it, I actually added some olive oil to it. And then I bought the palmini noodles, and I got the angel hair. So I don't know if this trick is worth it or not, but I heard you rinse your noodles, and then you kind of pan fry them. So I had a tiny bit of oil in the skillet and just cooked them for like 5 or 10 minutes while I was doing other things. Did I ever finish that train of thought that I started with about, I think I did, doing little bits of things like getting the eggs going, cooking my chia jam, blending up the cottage cheese, and little spurts of time that I had available. So when we got home, I cooked up the hamburger, the turkey meat. I cooked the palmini in the skillet, took that out, cooked up the turkey, added the seasonings. I added, I can show you. I was going to make 3 servings, and I was going to reserve the extra portion of ground meat for millionaire spaghetti that I'm going to make on Wednesday, and I forgot. So the palmini package, so that serves 3, but I divided it between 4 servings. So what I did is I did ground turkey, palmini noodles. I did the angel hair. I don't know, 2, 3, 4 big I don't know, almost half a package of spinach, and cooked it. And obviously spinach cooks down to nothing. I added Italian seasoning, garlic seasoning, I don't know, things that make it taste good. And then I didn't have a full jar of marinara, so I took what I had, and then I took blended cottage cheese. That's where I used my blended cottage cheese, and put at least a cup in here. And then I added some mozzarella, and then I put some Parmesan on top. My plan was to eat this maybe with some berries or something on the side. I'm not sure yet. I don't really necessarily need more protein for this, so I might take like a half a piece of sprouted toast or keto bread, make it a toast, and I have some of this jam left over that I didn't use that I might add to this. This is very low calorie because of the ground turkey, 99% lean ground turkey. I did add some olive oil, but I didn't add much. Sorry, babe. 1 second. Do you need me for anything? Okay, he doesn't need me. That I could have a little piece of that on the side, because I don't need. I've got 20, I think 6 or 8 grams for the turkey. I don't know if the palmini has any. And then I've got at least a quarter or more cup of serving of cottage cheese in each of these, plus some cheese. So this is pretty much protein. That's all we need. And again, I think I have too much here. I may be sharing. I may be freezing. I may, with my daughter, not like tonight. So I've got the Mexican chicken cooking for dinner tonight that I'm going to make into taquitos. I'm going to pulverize the meat. Okay, thanks, babe. You mash the meat up into little pieces and shreds, and then take low carb tortillas. I bought the fajita size, and a little cheese and a little bit of this. And I don't know if I put anything else in there. Roll them up, spray them, and then bake them in our air fryer until crisp. I don't think she'll eat that. So we may have leftovers from this. We may have leftovers from every meal. So I think I have too much food for our family for the moment, just because my daughter isn't really eating much actual food because it hurts to eat. But if you have any thoughts, any recommendations, if you've found a way to make, I don't think the palmini noodles are bad. I have used them in a few recipes. I love them in the beef ramen. I meant to have that this week, but I forgot. I love them in the beef ramen. I'm gonna see how they turn out in the millionaire spaghetti. But I've heard the lasagna noodles are excellent, and anything we can do to replace Dreamfields, one, it is higher calorie, and two, it's much harder to get, and they're more expensive. But anyways, you've made the palmini that you've liked. And I would love to hear how your meal prep has been or done, or what you've done. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I need to put all this up, and I'm hosting Easter with my family, and I've got one decoration that still has a tag on it from Dollar Tree that I can cut the tag off and then go decorate my house. But first I need to sweep up dog hair because it's everywhere. But hope you're having a great weekend, and any thoughts, feel free to share. This is definitely more than I thought I had, and I think I have way too much. But thanks for watching. Bye.